The completionist was a YouTuber. His whole thing was he completed games at 100%. Well, he ran himself into a little bit of trouble. He got me Mutahar and a bunch of other YouTubers kind of clapped down on his asshole. They were like, hey, completionist. The completionist is out here finishing games. But you know what the completionist is also doing? Not donating his money that he says he's made for charity to charity. So he had this whole time that he had this charity that he had created, but none of the money was going to the charity. Now that's all I know about this drama. I know that he was a YouTube darling that fell harder than Charlie Sheen after 80 pounds of crack. But let's see what the completionist is in huge trouble. It seems like he's in trouble again.
Hello, you absolute legends. Can you believe it? It's already been more than a year since the completionist and his family's decade-long charity scam was exposed last November. For those who need a quick refresher, between the years of 2014 and 2023, Gerard and his charity, the Open Hand Foundation, took in around $1 million of donations, money that they said was going to various charities focusing on dementia research. But over that entire time, the truth was that they hadn't donated a single penny, and had kept everything. It was only after Mutahar and myself made our videos about the situation that the Open Hand Foundation finally donated some of the money, donating $600,000 to the AFTD. The completionist public image was pretty much destroyed, and deservedly so. He had been lying for years, and after he was exposed, he took no accountability whatsoever. He made up excuses, made up lies, and more than any—
I do remember that. So he came out and he was just like, listen, a lot of these charities are scams, and I wanted to donate to one of these charities, but I wanted to vet them first. So after like 10 years of vetting, I still hadn't figured out somebody. And listen, I might sue you guys. That's about the gist of what I remember. Dude came out and was like full on savage mode, and I don't think he ever did anything with it.
Anything, was just angry at us for making the public aware of what he was doing. And it didn't take long for the completionist to return to YouTube and continue making content. After his terrible response video, he just moved on and acted as if this entire charity scandal never happened. And his family moved on and didn't care whatsoever either. They even held another golf charity event several months later. This was immediately after it was already proven that for years the golf charity money had never even made it to the Open Hand Foundation. The family was keeping everything. But then, around 4 months ago, the completionist disappeared. And there might be a good reason for this. The completionist production company, That One Video Entertainment LLC, is in huge trouble. I've never spoken about this, but for the past 2 years, the completionist company has been engaged in a frivolous lawsuit against the biggest GTA Online roleplay server, NoPixel, basically trying to extort them for half of their company. And in October, they lost. And now Gerard's company may have to pay back hundreds of thousands of dollars in attorney's fees. And the cherry on top of all of this is that it appears as though the Open Hand Foundation might now be under investigation by the IRS.
Holy shit. So dude sues GTA, which I don't know what's going on with the server. I don't understand how any of that works. But the fact that he's getting hit by the IRS too, dude might be cooked forever.
Yes, a lot's been happening, and in today's video, we will take a quick look. I really hope you enjoy. Now legends, a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Watcher of Realms.
Oh dude, what a great ad placement.
Watcher of Realms is a really fun fantasy RPG that I've played a ton of over the past year. It combines classic fantasy RPG elements with tower defense, which are two of my favorite genres. I love the real-time strategic element that tower defense brings. It makes the gameplay so much more interesting. The graphics are incredible.
Dude, I can't wait till one day I'm just shoving ads into shit. And if people are out there like, well, King Jivy, aren't you gonna vet all these games first? Are you gonna go play them? Probably not, no. Maybe if they're like, hey, play this game on your app of your phone, and I'm like, okay, I'll download Raid Shadow Legends, play it for like a few hours and check it out, and then I'll play it, see if I like it, be like, okay, they will give me money, and then they will give me money, and then I will be very happy because then I will take said money and make my channel even better. And then eventually I want to develop a game because I am a boy who wants to create a game too.
and there are over 200 unique heroes to collect and develop. And Watcher of Realms is celebrating Christmas time with a brand new limited hero, Sun Wukong. He brings the Christmas cheer with a festive new skin and an awesome event.
Bro's propositioning his monkey penis right now, dude. He's like, I am Sun Wukong. I am a little monkey man, and I have a monkey penis. Would you like it?
Featuring strategic stages, challenging minigames, and a beautiful Chinese-inspired map. 'Tis the season for exciting events where you can win 74 free summons, tons of valuable items.
I am kind of curious if any of these games are actually good. Like Raid Shadow Legends gets all this fucking hype and juiciness on everybody's YouTube videos, and I'm kind of curious if they're any good or not. But I've never, like, the curiosity begins and stops with the end of the ad. And eventually, like, I'm like, maybe I should download it. Then I'm like, I don't play a lot of games on my phone. And then I see another ad, and I'm like, I think the same thing. And I don't hate their existence. I'm curious about them. I'm curious about all this shit.
And the new legendary hero, Callista, with her exclusive artifact, along with the powerful mage,
Yeah, the completionist, Carl Jobs. Isn't that his name? Carl Jobs?
Lyra, in her sexy Christmas battlesuit. There are so many amazing play Watcher of Realms. Just click the link.
You can go to his description of this video when I post this as a separate stream clip on my channel. Well, yeah, Raid is probably just a microtransaction money pit, but that doesn't mean that the game's not fun, dude. Call of Duty's fun, and it's a microtransaction money pit. So is Overwatch. If you don't wanna engage in the microtransactions, a lot of these games you just have to not use the stamina. I used to play a lot of NFL Mobile, and I never gave a cent to NFL Mobile. But I used to play a lot of NFL Mobile, and I didn't give a cent to it. And then when I would be sitting at, like, the DMV, I would be getting, like, sacks and throwing interceptions, and I was really bad at the game. But I played it, and I never gave money to it. Gerard. Well, who's Carl Jobst? Who's Carl Jobst?
Link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. It's available for free on PC, Android.
That's the channel I'm literally fucking watching right now. I'm an idiot. I'm such an idiot.
And iOS.
To rebuild and re-earn your lost
OS.
Alright.
Before we start today's video, I want to recognize that I know that I have lost a lot of your trust at home. And I want to spend as much time as it will take to rebuild and re-earn your trust. It's going to take time, but I'm willing to put in the commitment, and I hope you give me a chance.
This is what Gerard said back in January when he returned to YouTube.
So, to be honest, I never watched the completionist shit. I, like, watched, like, 2 of his videos back in the day. I wasn't really, really into him that much. This drama really put him on the map for me. And the whole time I was thinking about this, and I'm like, I know where the charity money went. Look at all these video games. Bro was like, I need all these sealed video games, and I'm using a charity to do it. But, whatever.
YouTube less than 2 months after his charity scam was exposed. I have no idea what he meant when he said that he wanted to re-earn your trust, because after this statement, he continued to pretend that nothing ever happened, and he never spoke of it again. For the next—
Which honestly is in a bad mood. Here's the thing. You address a drama, and then you move on like the drama never happened. Go back to making content, you'll see a dip for a while, and then you will eventually get back to where you're getting views again. You're doing just fine again. It happens all the time. I could have a video of me slurping down 87 penises and then playing with my junk on a thing and then having a harem of women come down on my mouth, and it could be released online, and I'm sure I'd get calls from my family being like, hey, is this real? I'd say, no, it's AI. And then you know what I'd do? I would get in front of the camera and be like, shit happens when you party naked, bring wet wipes. And then I'd go back to making my normal content like nothing happened. Now, I don't plan on charity scamming anybody anytime soon or being a scumbag like that, because, like, this is why you will probably never see a charity stream on my channel. It's not that I don't believe in charity. It's the fact that I don't want to deal with the charity and YouTube and have, like, my own, like, if I ever want to donate to charity, what I will do is I will help people out in my local area, and you will not hear about it. You won't hear jack and shit about it, because I'm not here to fucking virtue signal about how I'm a charity fucking guy, because 90% of these people who have have charities are bullshit virtue signals. They want you to know they have a charity because they want you to know how virtuous they are. They want to look good in the general zeitgeist. So they have these charities. They look like a big charitable boy. And then you find out these charities are fucking scam pits. That they pay their staff, and by the time they pay their staff and they pay all their interest, and then they put politicians into office, they're giving like $50 to the actual people who need it. And yeah, at least spend it on something cool. Yeah, dude, if I pulled a charity scam, bro, you know I'm gonna get the world's like best vagina, like I'm gonna get like one of those dolls that look like a video game character that you can fuck. And I'm gonna be like, and I'm gonna have it dressed behind me. That's how you know I'll pull off a charity scam. I'll have it dressed behind me. It'll be fucking Lara Croft or some shit from Tomb Raider, or the bitch from Final Fantasy VII, Tifa, and what's the other one? The other one that's like doesn't have as big of boobs. I don't remember, but she was hot too. I have one of those bitches in the background. They're just standing there, just big tits popped out, and you're like, he finally did it. He pulled off his charity scam. Wow, what a monster King Jiffy Coates is. But yeah, no, I never plan on doing anything with charity on YouTube, and that's the reason why. I don't care if people are like, oh, he's not charitable, he doesn't do this. Fuck you. I don't care, dude. Get mad if I take all my ad revenue and I spend it on prostitutes and blow. Like, not that I'm going to spend my money on prostitutes and blow. Yeah, you guys, you clip this and put it all over the internet. I would be happy. It would fucking make me giddy inside. But you look at these people, and then they feel like they need to do a charity. They need to do a charity because of the fact that they are public figures and they can make it look good. And I could be like Boogie and Fake Cancer, and Rev, you can make a charity stream. We split the profits. Dude, Rev can't do that because he's a reverend. He literally is a charitable act by existing. But yeah, dude, I went way off the rails again. But it's just all virtue signaling garbage, and I don't need you. Like Rev said it perfectly in chat. Like, you don't. If you need charity to be seen in public, what is your true motive? Exactly. Like, if you, it's all about public imagery and trying to feign sympathy, and it usually ends up like this.
Next 8 months, Gerard would continue to post videos to his channel, hoping to resuscitate his brand. The quality, however, was now greatly diminished because most of his employees either quit or he let them go. And then in August, he released a video about alien isolation and hasn't been seen since. But while Gerard was pretending that everything was hunky-dory on the surface, behind the scenes, shit was hitting the fan. For the past year, many people, including myself, have been waiting for the Open Hand Foundation to file their 2023 IRS tax forms. Personally, I wanted to see if anything changed after they got exposed. Were they suddenly going to start properly declaring their income now that so many eyeballs were focused on their charity? Well, what's interesting is that the Open Hand Foundation hasn't filed their 2023 IRS tax form.
Whoa! They just be ducking taxes. They pulling a Wesley Snipes on the beat and hiding from the IRS. Ooh!
Long past the deadline. If you search the charity through the Office of the Attorney General, it says their reporting is incomplete and the IRS form is required. This hasn't happened in any other year. The Open Hand Foundation have always filed—
Bro, this is completely off topic, but I want that shirt. I want that shirt so bad. Conker's Bad Fur Day is one of the best games ever made. Like, at least... Okay, I'm gonna rephrase this. I don't like the original N64 one because I don't like inverted controls, and it had inverted fucking controls. And the only way I can play it is through Rare Replay. I have played Live and Reloaded. I own that bitch on Xbox. I fucking love that game. It is amazing.
Their forms on time. So it's very peculiar that at a time where it's more important than ever to be transparent, they aren't reporting. Of course, there are multiple possible reasons why they aren't submitting their forms. The most obvious would be they haven't yet done their 2023...
Dude, the straight angry heat he put into this video, he was so mad, dude. He was so livid. And this is what happens. When somebody gets called out. Logan Paul did this. Everybody who gets called out and ends up being the bad guy in the situation comes out acting like straight fucking fire. They are throwing mad heat on the scene. They're going giggity schmoodle on the beat, putting the dick on the table, coming in the eye.
accounting, but it could also mean
No, it's Fat Angry Joe, the completionist.
they are currently being audited by the IRS. Personally, I think it's the latter, given how many people reported the charity after the scandal broke. Another piece of evidence to support the fact they are being audited is that it does appear they have already done their 2023 accounting. So there doesn't seem to be any other legitimate reason not to file. We know they've done their 2023 accounting because as part of their 2024 annual charity registration to the Office of the Attorney General, they needed to state their revenue and expenses for the previous year, which they did. And this is where things get very interesting. This form doesn't give us any breakdown like the IRS tax forms would, but it does give us a few basic figures. It says that in 2023, the Open Hand Foundation raised $155,000. This is significant because it's by far the most revenue the organization has ever reported in a single year. The previous highest total was back in 2021, when they raised $136,000, but that was under very different circumstances, so let's compare. In 2021, Gerard's fundraiser Indieland received
I'm fucking dying of AIDS over here, dude. Tom Hanks, Philadelphia.
$13,000 in donations just through Tiltify alone. The charity also received a $25,000 grant from Jamie Lee Curtis's charity, Syzygy. Just these two income sources alone already amount to more than the
Syzygy? What the fuck is her foundation? What is Jamie Lee Curtis's foundation? I don't want to make too many jokes, but the name sounds super provocative and gets the people going.
$136,000 they reported, which means all of the bits, subs, merch sales, and all of the golf charity money simply vanished. Gerard's company or his family just took the rest. And this pattern of money vanishing continued from the years 2019 all the way through to 2022, a total of 4 years. And the money that went missing probably totaled several $100,000. But in 2023, after the public realized Gerard's family was stealing money, suddenly everything changed. In 2023, Indieland only raised $64,000.
Well, I mean, would you donate to the charity either if you found out that he didn't put the money where it needed to go? I mean, there's a bunch of questions here, and we don't have any, so far we don't have any, like, exact proof of anything going on for new updates. It is weird that a whole year has gone by. That was sexy, dude. I bet you all came. But it's weird that a whole year has gone by and they haven't, the filing is still incomplete. That is not a good sign. And they're still not doing great money-wise. So, but I mean, why? Who are these fucking $64,000? Who is donating this and why? Is it the people from the fan base that saw his video and are like, yeah, that seems pretty okay to me. We love you, completionist. Here's our money for your charity that you didn't actually donate to.
In donations through Tiltify. This is $50,000 less than in 2020.
They got fucking dementia and forgot to put the money where it needed to go is what happened. They couldn't fix their own dementia, so they forgot to put the money in. It's not that big of a deal.
And yet magically, 2023 was the Open Hand Foundation's best year ever, raising $20,000 more than they did in 2021. It is a miracle. By the grace of God, the Khalil family has finally learned how to properly report their income. It's amazing. We already knew that Gerard and his company were stealing money before, but this most recent accounting is just the nail in the coffin. It is so brazenly obvious that once they were exposed, they decided it would be unwise to continue skimming off the top. And as a result, despite last year...
I feel like this is a lot of, it's one of those supposedly... allegedly. I feel like these are a lot of alleged claims. I don't... without like an actual investigation, like if it came out and there was like, and the IRS was arresting this motherfucker for skimming off the top, and it could totally be happening, but right now it's one of those innocent until proven guilty things, and I don't know 100% what he has and hasn't done wrong, you know? I know that he didn't donate the money. I know that he's a silly boy. And he might have been skimming off the top. But at the same time, like, we don't have 100% proof yet. It just seems like he's underwater. He's upside down. He's lost the track. He wants to eat me. You know, I don't really know what to put on him yet. But his response wasn't great. It's not looking good that he hasn't posted in a long time, and he's probably lawyering up. And his lawyer probably told him not to post anything.
Being one of Indieland's worst performing years ever by far, the Open Hand Foundation was more profitable than its...
I get that it's just simple math to get to Carl's conclusions. I get that the math is like simple. I see where he's coming from, but again, these are still just accusations, right? And if it turns out that he's wrong and there was some behind the scenes stuff that made him not go to jail and it all ends up being okay, he could take and say, well, you made some speculations, you said that we were skimming, we were not, and that is actual slander. So, like, I get it. I get where this guy's coming from. I think that he should have done a little bit more allegedlys.
Ever been. Another interesting thing about this form is that it shows the Open Hand Foundation is still holding on to $200,000. And this is before their 2024 golf charity event, where they would have collected even more in donations. Why are they still keeping this money? One thing I've come to realize is that while Gerard may have been very concerned with his public image, his family, specifically his brother and father, couldn't care less. This is why back in May they continued running their golf charity tournament as if nothing ever happened. If you look at the Open Hands website now, Indieland has been removed as one of the charity events, leaving only the golf tournament. And the golf event was never something that Gerard was a part of organizing. And it's why the Open Hand Foundation now feels comfortable going back.
Bro, what if... Okay, here's something that might be an interesting... What if his family is skimming, right? What if his family is skimming, he didn't know, and he was being, like... I'm giving him a lot of charitability right here. I'm giving him a fucking... I'm backing a truckload up of semen. It's semen worth of charitability, and we're dumping it out right here, right? What if he didn't know this was going on? What if he was still researching and trying to find the best place to put this money? Was and then he found out that they were skimming off the top. Now he's dealing with trying to make the money back and try to refill those holes. So... that could be something that's going on. See, now it's all speculation at this point, but I think that could be something very, very well that could be happening, that his family is being all silly willy billies, and he might be taking this time to lawyer up, and he was already dealing with another lawsuit. So after that lawsuit ended and he didn't get the money from it and had to pay out, he's like, fuck, I need to cut ties with my family, and they're being a bunch of silly fucking losers and looking like they just don't care, and they're gonna screw me over here, so I'm gonna lawyer up against them. That could be happening too. That would be awesome. That would be the best fucking outcome. That these guys with their sexy fucking babes have to go to court against the completionist.
Back to hoarding donations, because the public backlash that was originally directed at Gerard now has nowhere to go. When the Open Hand Foundation made their $600,000 donation after the story initially broke, they still had $200,000.
Yeah, no, it's unreasonable, and but he's the public figure. So, somebody in chat just said, dude has his family hands tied, and his family was supposed to be to report the IRS and do all the back end. Then all being on Gerard's shoulder is unreasonable. Exactly, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this could be like all of his family just screwing him over, and he's the one working, and they just see him as the fucking video game nerd who makes money, and he's just like he employed his family, made one of the biggest mistakes you could do by employing your own family, and they screwed him over. This happened with Dane Cook. Dane Cook sent his own brother to jail because his brother was the one that was fucking him over, was stealing money from him. And then all of this ended up being scapegoating to him, and he's being made to look like the idiot. And so all this money pops up and it's got him all flipped upside down, topsy-turvy, woo! And all of a sudden he's the only one that takes the heat because his family's not in the public eye, and his family's just like, fuck him, dude, who cares? He's just our pay pig.
$1,000 sitting in the bank, and this is only from the reported income. As I said before, I suspect Gerard's family has siphoned hundreds of thousands of dollars out of the charity over the years, but I can't think of a single good reason why they still need to keep $200,000 in the bank when their expenses average around $10,000 to $15,000 per year, and literally the only purpose of the charity is to be a middleman between Good Samaritans and charities that actually do dementia research. As I said before, the lack of filing to the IRS is
the fact, and here's another problem. Hey Jeffy, I'm going to record a video collection videos very soon. Heck yeah, dude. Fucking keep grinding. Call me Mike is a good channel. Call_me Mike is a good channel. Check it out. He's a fun guy. Anyways, you go and look at this shit, and I just think it's so. There's just something else that's weird here, and I like the fact that they started a middleman foundation, and I'm sure that the intentions were pure after his mom died of dementia, but he should have just researched. What he should have done is he should have researched a bunch of different dementia foundations, tied himself with one of those, and then worked with that foundation. It would have been much safer, and just gave the money to them.
Is a pretty good indication the charity is now under investigation, and I really do hope this is the case. But the IRS isn't the only thing Gerard now has to worry about, because Gerard's company, That One Video Entertainment, has just lost a huge lawsuit.
Like, I know zero about the secondary drama. I didn't even know that I know very little about the completionist. So the fact that he has another problem popping up, and I'm very curious what the One Video Entertainment LLC is.
Entertainment LLC is the company that Gerard created in 2012 that all of his business activities fall under, including all of his YouTube channels and his charity event, Indieland. I will be calling it TOVE for short. On Gerard's LinkedIn page, he states he is the owner, president, and CEO of TOVE. And in April of 2023, Tove sued GTA Online's most well-known role-playing server, NoPixel. NoPixel is owned by Coil Content Creation Proprietary Limited, which was started by a fellow Aussie, Mitchell Clout, otherwise known online as Coil. If you follow The Completionist, but don't follow GTA Online role-playing, you've probably never heard of this lawsuit. And even if you have, you probably have the wrong idea about who is suing who. And that's because the reporting on this lawsuit has been abysmal and full of misinformation. It all started in May 2023, when a user posted the lawsuit to Reddit, claiming that DW was suing NoPixel. DW was a developer that worked for NoPixel for several years, but he and NoPixel's owner Coil had a falling out in December of 2022, and DW ended his relationship with the server. The day after this viral Reddit post, Dexerto signal boosted the story, with the headline, "Former GTA RP NoPixel server dev DW is suing owner Coil for considerable sum." However, this was all completely false. It wasn't DW that was suing NoPixel, it was the completionist company, Tove. It literally says who the parties are on the first page of the lawsuit. I don't understand how everyone got this wrong.
There's fucking video game journalism for you. There's video game journalism, the laziest journalism in the world. It's just like every fucking video game news. It's funny that drama tubers get this shit right and they put in this research, but then you go to the video game news channels like Young Yeah, Dreamcast Guy, all of these fucking clowns, and guess what? They lie. They don't do research. They check what's trending on Reddit, read the title, read 2 seconds of the thing, and then put out a fucking video. Every single time. Every single time. And the sad thing is, the video game sites like fucking Kotaku, Dexerto, and all of these other fucking like modern journalism. We do the facts. We learn the things. And guess what? They're wrong all the time. They don't do the smallest amount of research to figure this out.
Tove's lawsuit asserted that because DW developed some code for the NoPixel servers and DW was an employee of Tove, this meant that Tove owned the code that DW developed, and thus Tove should own half of NoPixel. But this entire lawsuit was a shakedown and an extortion attempt from day one. It was all bullshit. We are talking Billy Mitchell levels of frivolous. Everything about this lawsuit was a lie, and it's going to take a separate and quite lengthy video to cover everything in in detail. But if you thought that charity was the only scam that Gerard and his company...
Bro, so this dude's been trying to shake down other people for money in the background too? I fish all of that good grace I just gave him out the window, dude. Especially if you're just going to frivolously pull lawsuits out of your ass to try to get money. It just seems like a desperate move from a desperate guy, and maybe he found out about his dad's fucking bullshit and brother's bullshit in the background. Again, being really fucking charitable here, and he was like, I need to cover this up. How do I get a lot of money fast? I know this guy DW. We helped work on some code. It's a little mostly bullshit. Really didn't do much, but we can win this lawsuit. I can dump enough money into these lawyers and really strong arm this guy, get a settlement, and then put that settlement back into the charity. Speculation, supposedly, maybe, probably not. Fucking accusations that aren't real in Minecraft. You know what I mean? This is all speculative. None of this is real, but that would be a fun outcome.
were pulling, you couldn't be more wrong. Needless to say, this lawsuit never made it to trial. In October, the judge ruled in favor of NoPixel, and now NoPixel is seeking attorney's fees of $233,000, and they are probably going to get it. Unlike most other
Ooh! Oh no! Oh no! Dude's fucking cooked. Dude has no money. Dude's probably going to fucking, probably not like a real jail, but like the I scammed the IRS jail, which is still jail, but like it's not the pump your butthole kind of jail.
Lawsuits in America, when you sue specifically for copyright infringement, it's actually built right into the statute that you can get attorney's fees if you win. And because Tove's lawsuit was so frivolous, and the judge didn't even see a need to go to trial before ruling in NoPixel's favor, Tove is probably going to have to pay up big time. As soon as the judge makes a ruling on the motion for attorney's fees, I will do a full breakdown of this lawsuit, because it really proves that Gerard's shady behavior surrounding his charity was not an isolated event. Until then, thank you so much for watching, you legends.
Oh, dude. So, dude could be fucking cooked. I wonder if... So, when did this come out? 6 days ago. Let's go to... Let's see if he posted anything. Maybe he responded. Maybe he responded, dude.
This video.
No, he hasn't said shit. Is there any... So, I know that this happened 6 days ago.
This video is...
Huh. Nothing. There's nothing new on it. That's crazy, dude. Dude might be fucking really, 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 really cooked. Yeah, dude. Well, good luck recording, Rev. But, yeah, that's the completionist drama. That was crazy. That was actually insane. I'm a little bit befuddled, bewildered. My butthole puckered. It's just a wild event that transpired, to be honest. A wild event that transpired. Who knew?